Hey, JT here. This video is on damage to loved ones, and for a few days now I've been holding back making it because of how uncomfortable it is. I had to, a couple minutes ago, tell myself why am I fearful of making this particular video, and it's because I feel guilty for causing damage mentally to those around me, those that love me the most. And it's always the people that love you the most that you hurt because they're closest to you. They see you day to day. They see what you do to yourself, and that hurts them. And there are a few different types of damage: mental, physical, spiritual, and in my case, monetarily. Speaking of money, because I ended up lying to get money, stealing money. I became everything that I hated about what I thought an addict was, an alcoholic was. I include myself in that um, first few instances of thinking what an addict and an alcoholic was is on Skid Row, homeless with newspapers all over them, that sort of thing. Just dirty, filthy human being in every way. I didn't realize that you can be one and still function and be in a house and have a pet and a job. I learned that, and I was one of them, you know. And the damage to loved ones um, reflects on the both of you. Well, speaking of me, my guilt toward causing damage and their confusion, anger toward the past and what you've done to them, to other family members. I got blamed many times for causing rifts between different family members. Um, it was a lot of, oh, congratulations, you did this to us. They're not talking to me because you did this. I got a lot of that. And I usually use that as excuse to drink more because I was still in I was halfway trying to be sober and half not. So any excuse to drink more I used. And it was a great excuse, feeling guilty and feeling depressed. Um, this brings in making amends. Steps 8 and 9. It's huge, and that relates also back to the journal video. Making a journal is your fourth step. I'm not going to go into the steps, so to speak, but I am going to go into what you can do to get healthy mentally. And the fourth step is that mental inventory. And the keeping a journal is the mental inventory in a way. You can use that as the evidence, like I told you. And steps 8 and 9 is make a list of persons that you harmed and willing to make amends to them all. You have to be willing, and you have to be ready in whatever form the amends comes in. Because I know from my experience, I hurt those around me. I never hurt them physically. I only hurt myself physically. But mentally, I scared them. I stole money from them. The people that were closest to me, like that were in my vicinity physically, I stole from. 99% was my mom. I, you know, money or cards. She knew, but she had so much anger toward me that she didn't know how to confront me without basically ripping my head off and throwing me out the door. Um, and she was mad. She did throw me out the door literally a few times when she was fed up and tired of my bullshit. She took the bottle away from me, and it was nighttime, and she said, enjoy yourself, have fun. And I ended up walking to friends in recovery, in meetings, the few friends that I actually knew where they lived. I knocked on the door, and because I was blackout drunk, smoking cigarettes, just most often crying, because I was in a stupor, and I didn't know if I'd be let back in the house. Um, and they let me in without any questioning or judgment. Um, and they sat me down and they talked to me as much as I could talk. Um, So the only people that will stay with you through all of your bullshit is people in recovery. That's not your family members. They love you, but they become as sick as you, and they don't know how to deal with you after a certain time. My mom was clueless. She's the one that saw me all the time, and she did not know what to do anymore. Um, she was helpless in her own way. She told me after I got sober, one of the things she always did was twice a night at around midnight and around 3 in the morning. This is when I was drinking every day. She would go into my room very quietly and lean over me and see if I was breathing. Because at that point I was drinking, but also taking sleeping pills on top of that. And she told me, I check to see if you're breathing twice a night. And if it's, luckily, it never got too slow, except from the times when I made myself get it too slow and I drank over excessively. And that was my own other mentality and not wanting to wake up. But she said for a good year, she checked me twice a night to see if I was breathing, and that hit me like a pile of bricks. And I hated that, the worry that I inflicted on her. She didn't deserve that, you know. So damage to loved ones is huge. They lose track of how to deal with you. They love you, but most of them are not educated in the disease, in the addict's mind. That's why Al-Anon is huge, for education and comfort and support for their end, because they don't know what's going on. And it's no fault of theirs. Most people don't. And they're thrown into this situation of confusion for X amount of time, and they react however they know. So um, now is the time to, they don't want to hear you say you're sorry. Most of us, me included, said I was sorry too many times. They want to see it by you doing the right thing each day, you being sober, being clean, being productive, in as much as you can, um, being helpful, mindful, simple tasks, doing the laundry, making dinner, doing the dishes, um, you know, keeping appointments with doctors, just every little thing builds up trust, comfort in their minds, and makes the day easier between you two, and it bridges the gap of uncertainty. That's what I've realized. So, um, in the beginning, just number one, be clean and sober, and it shows a lot to them. And then just start to take care of your life again. And I hope that helps. Be healthy.